What is going on, guys? I'm over here doing concrete today. So this is going to be a concrete vlog. We're going to see how many dumpsters can I do in one day. The place where I'm dumping at is about 30 minutes away, so about an hour round trip. So it is, I believe, just after 8 a.m. We've got two empty, or just about empty, 10-yard containers here. So far they have held up incredibly well. Really no sign of it, doing anything at all. No damage, no nothing. So it's working out well. Right now, the winch that I've got up there, it's a new winch. I'll share more information about it if I do decide to keep it. I've had a little bit of an issue just because I don't have a cable tensioner with it, so that's kind of a headache. They don't build it for it. I thought they did, and we'll see. I may have made another mistake, but par for the course. So I've got a buddy taking care of the other dump trailers in town. So all three, my 15-yard that I still have, my buddy's 217s, they're rented out today, and then these two 10-yards. So should be a full day and hopefully very productive. The large green bin over here is now done, and I believe we're halfway done with the smaller grain bin. So I think altogether right now, with these two sitting here ready to go, I believe we're at 24 or 25 10-yard containers that were filled up, to a safe point. This is what hello, man. This is what the actual grain bin looks like now that it's kind of all leveled out. All the big pieces are gone. They're gonna have to level this out again, I'm assuming, and then pour again, or whatever it really goes into it. This was a pretty massive green bin. So that'll be after I leave. They've got all the, I guess, the risers and the raised floor, I guess. I don't even know what some of this, what it's supposed to do, but yeah, they've got to have all that working. So we are along for the ride today. I will catch up with you guys just a little bit. All right, so we got that load dropped off, but I just wanted to show you all the other loads we've done. Before I started dropping off all of these loads, I was actually dropping them off back in Lafayette, back at home, an hour away. So this ended up taking me twice as long as this is currently taking me to do. A lot more fuel, a lot more time, and really just a waste, a big waste. So now I'm able to, yeah, even more, all the way to the end of this curve here, but able to dump this at the guy's property and basically keep it going 24/7. I don't have to wait on anybody else. There's no gate, so I just keep on rolling right now. I guess he wants me to continue dumping all the way going forward now that we've kind of filled up all the way to the back. So I'll continue doing that. Today they're a little slower as far as loading goes, so I'm thinking it's going to be 3 loads, hopefully 4 still today. We'll see what happens, but I will keep you along here for the ride. All right, so we've got the second one ready to be picked up. The first one is back on the other side of the area here. They wanted me to stage it a little bit closer, so I did that. So let's go ahead and get this one picked up and haul the way to get dumped. So we're going to go ahead and get going on the second one. This is definitely a lot slower than I was anticipating. We were doing, one every like hour and a half the last couple days, and this is a lot slower. It's almost it's 1:30 right now, and this is the start of number 2, and that's not going to work. So it is what it is. Basically, when you do loads like this, when you're live loading, essentially, you really need to have in your contract the ability to charge per hour, or at least maybe have a minimum per day. So if you're sitting there wasting your time and things are slower than they should be, you're covered. So I've got some stuff already worked out with this person, so that's going to be taken care of. But yeah, this is definitely a it has been an ongoing job, an ongoing process to get this whole thing done. So let's go ahead and get this number 2 dumped. So something that I've noticed after doing these kind of loads for a couple weeks now is that when you're doing a large job like this, or at least a large number of dumpsters, and it's going to take some time to do that, you really need to be able to have your other dumpsters that are still, in rotation, still going out to maybe your other regular customers, or your one-time customers and whatnot. You really need to be able to have other people in place, even if you're a smaller one-man show. I can't afford to just start the day hauling these loads here at like noon. This is an hour away, at least the grain bin is about an hour away from home. And so I have, on a regular basis so far, I've had 1, 2, or even 3 other dumpsters that are maybe in town or even out of town that I have to have taken care of before I even start this process each day. So what I've had to do is either wake up even crazy earlier to do those things and then start this process, hopefully still at a reasonable time, so that they're not waiting on me. Basically, each night I would end the night with both dumpsters empty, so that I at least know I have a little bit of time, an hour, 2 hours, before they will actually be in need of another dumpster. So being able to have that worked out the night before, and then hopefully, potentially, you know, with my other dump trailers available to me, I've got other people who can kind of fill in the cracks, who can take care of a dumpster here, a dumpster there, and you know, of course, be able to pay them and take care of them. But that's really what's allowed me to be, you know, successful with this so far. You know, you can't allow this one big job that's a temporary gig to just dominate all your other customers so that they're left out to dry. You don't want to do that. It's tough. Balance in life, balance in anything, really. It's just tough. And so I've tried to find that happy medium of taking care of everybody else while this customer isn't just held at, you know, kind of held hostage, really, with, you know, having to wait on me for forever. So anyways, let's go ahead and get this dumped and go on to the next load. Well, one thing that I wanted to kind of go over that I know I'm probably going to have in the comments, or somebody's going to say at some point, when you're overloading a dumpster, if that happens, which it did, the first couple runs with these 10-yard cans, my truck couldn't pick it up, the winch couldn't do it, and the solution is very simple. Open the door. So what we ended up doing was simply opening the door, letting off as much as I really thought needed to be let out, pushed out, shoved out, scraped out, whatever, shoveled out, close the door, try again. These red containers here, in my opinion, they are, I mean, they're used, they may even be a little abused, but there's no structural issues. This is still solid. Nothing is broken, no welds have failed. And so maintaining, first of all, safety, legality, being overweight and whatnot with that possibility, very simply put, open the door. Make sure you're working with somebody that understands that's going to be the expectation, that you're not going to be the one actually unloading it. They hand unloaded it. Very simply put, it's not that hard. Just communicate through these things. I've made the mistakes, and because of that ignorance, I've now been educated to be able to talk through this stuff beforehand. So with these dumpsters, doing concrete, it can potentially be extremely dangerous. I completely agree. I especially maybe the lower quality budget thinner gauge dumpsters, I don't know how else to say it, they would probably take a bigger beating than maybe something like this. These have held up now 20 plus. I think we're probably closer to 30 than 20 altogether. I haven't done the numbers recently, but you wouldn't even know that these were holding concrete and doing thousands and thousands of pounds in these loads. My thought on this, I'm sure there's gonna be somebody who says, well, you're damaging your dumpsters, you're overloading, blah blah blah. Cool. Figure that out at the beginning before you even start hauling it away. Find out where you're comfortable with, and then make that the expectation. Whether it's leveled out at a certain line, you make them level it out, or if the highest point is here, then it tapers off in all directions around that, you know, center of the dumpster, and just go from there. It doesn't have to be that complicated. I don't think it's impossible, but it takes a lot more effort to make it safe, to make it legit, to make it right. And so yeah, that's what we've been doing. I basically am the king of the hill, whatever you want to say, telling them, hey, no more in this dumpster. That's it. There is no argument, there is no nothing. They say, okay, yes sir, on to the next one. Boom, let's start filling that one up. You can do it with your equipment at any point, unless you're worried about little dings and dents or scratches, I guess. You could probably do concrete with any dumpster out there, as long as you know your limitations and put things in the right category. Really, at a certain point, it may not be profitable or logistically a good idea for them or for you financially. I think most people would be able to work a job like this for it to be safe for their cans, for it to be legal, for it to be financially, you know, a possibility, and for it to still work for the customer. Probably, you know, if you've got at least 2 cans, most people could probably do something similar to this where you're still profitable and things work well. So yeah, I'm waiting on them to finish up this one right over here. Once they do, I'll get back up to it. I didn't want to get too close so he can actually load it there with a Bobcat. But yeah, we are moving and grooving. Well, that is going to wrap up the day today. Ended up getting 5 loads done. I think I've done more. I think my highest is 6, but it was worth a shot. Kind of had to wait on the guys to get everything loaded up. But although, you know, with all these loads that I've done all the way over there, I believe we're coming to an end. I think there's probably 3, maybe 4 loads. Probably 3, I would say. Maybe 2 if you know, we get real close. But yeah, this has been a huge learning experience, getting a job like this, pricing myself in an appropriate way. If you would like to know what I did as far as pricing goes, I'm willing to share that with you. Let me know down in the comments below if you want that. I know a triaxle, you know, dump truck is about $1,000 a load, and in this case, you know, they didn't even have the ability to get up high enough to load it, so that wasn't even an option for them, even though that would be a higher price. My price was lower than $1,000 for the roughly the same amount, 13 to maybe 15 cubic yards, broken up into obviously multiple 10-yard containers that have even less, you know, per one, but still profitable. profitable situation. It is going to stack up in the bank account. It's going to pay off some bills. It's going to hopefully put a little bit of money in my pocket and keep on keeping on. So yeah, that'll wrap up this video. Trying to see how many I could do in a day. 5 was today. Not my best day. I was hoping today was going to be the biggest. Maybe even possibly knock out all of it, but not so much. So hopefully you have a great day today, guys. Stay safe and God bless.